I'm killing you with my mind, Michael.
This is what being killed with a mind sounds like.
This is what killing with a mind sounds like, because on this episode, what are we talking about?
We are talking about Carrie.
Yeah? You from around here?
I am a recent resident of your lovely town, yes. Do you shoot mini rats?
Quite a few, yeah? Say, you ain't the fella who brought the Marston place, are you?
Predators. I love the predators of the night. The rats, the owls, the wolves. Are there wolves in this area?
No. Guy up in Durham bagged a coyote 2 years back, and there's a wild dog pack that's been running deer.
Dogs. Low animals that cringe and howl at the sound of a strange step, fit only to whine and grovel. Gut them all, I say. Gut them all.
Well, I never thought of it that way, Dud said, taking a shuffling step backward. It's always nice to have someone come out and, shoot the shit, but the dump closes at 6 on Sundays, and it's 9:30 now.
To be sure.
It was, I had to look this up because it was composed to sort of like be a song for a striptease. It's got kind of a burlesque atmosphere to it. At the same time, I feel like there is no greater index of how much the expectations for like sonic eroticism have changed in the past 70 years, because this sounds like music that a cartoon clown would dance to. One summer.
Is it like
it's not even like it's not even that kind of, because there's like a deepness to that, right? Almost a kind of brassy abrasiveness. And this song is very brassy, but it's like.
So I have to read
this.
Go ahead. Grace looked at the class, then looked at me. My mother fucks, she said, and I love her. The applause started somewhere in the back, maybe with Mike Gaffin and Earl Kaskin, but it started and spread until they were all applauding.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about the kind of dudes hanging out at a bar being a thing in Stephen King's world. I don't get the sense that Stephen King did that very often.
No.
Well, I guess what's interesting, and maybe this is an effect of me reading these, as like a tween. But I assume that when I grew up, I would get into all kinds of hijinks in bars, right? You'd just be hanging out in a bar and like stuff would happen and you would like have to go and deal with it, right? But that's not true. You go to bars and you just drink and there's like nothing that happens.
Steve, if you are listening, you have so much to answer for. You have given us outsized expectations for what was going to happen when we went to the local bar.
Yeah, I thought, I'm going to go there and there's going to be people trying to get a posse together all the time to go and solve problems. And there's not. There's just, beers, IPAs. Too many of them. They're not good. Just to give people some expectations, this is not going to be like Game Study Buddies or other show where we speak for 3 hours about a book. And you know what? I think we're at a little bit more than 3 hours and 20. I'm sure some of this will get cut out, but this is our longest episode of anything yet.
Yeah.
I just want to say that. Baby, can you dig your man?
I promised at the beginning there were some very good face casts for this book for me. Do you want to know who I picture as Stebbins?
Sure.
Scooter from the Muppets.
Oh. You could, oh my God, you could do such a good Muppets with this.
I know.
The Muppets Long Walk would be so good.
I have to have read it because as I was reading it, there are parts of it that I remember very, very clearly, and then there are parts of it that are less memorable. But every so often I would get to a point in the book where I was like, maybe I just like stopped reading it entirely here because I don't remember any of this. Then, I would get to like that weird feeling that happens when you read sometimes where you like read a sentence and you know that you've read that sentence before.
Sounds like this book was in the dead zone for you, Michael.
Uncle Stevie's Mixtape. Now, this is the segment where, because Stephen King is a known music lover, Cameron and I go through the novel that we've just read, and we mark all of the songs that have been mentioned, either like sort of in passing, or like the songs that get quoted directly, right, that are on the radio or that characters sing. And usually there's some really great, interesting stuff in there, some conversations to be had. I'm going to start. This is a pretty long Uncle Stevie's Mixtape. There's quite a few songs in this one. So I'll start us off. Our first song on the playlist is Happy Birthday to You. This is a stone cold banger.
Michael.
Uh-huh.
Look over there. Do you see it?
Wow, that sure is some construction equipment.
Yeah, they're building a road over there. Let's look at it together.
Okay, let's continue. I'm looking. I'm seeing
We're looking at it.
Uh-huh.
I do it every day.
Uh-huh.
Just looking at roadwork.
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 And scene. We're talking about roadwork.